the key is thinking about the goal. The goal of mentoring others to high performance is to create what's called a transition of leadership. The way that looks is something like this. You know that you yourself are very engaged in a lot of activity and you're a high performer. You know what you need to do and you do it well. Sometimes you're more active than in others, but by and large, you know that you're good at this. And so there's things that you want to teach others. There's things that you want to coach others to learn. So there has to be a transfer. In other words, for somebody to climb to your level, you have to slowly start getting out of things. And then you have to create that empty space for others to climb into it. And then this is how you explain it. Look, in your mentoring, in your coaching, in your training with people, show them this graph and tell them that as we make progress in our conversations, we are going to be doing this, and then we're going to be here. And more, I'm expecting you to learn and pick up on it. And then I'm going to be doing less. And you're going to be doing more. And I'm going to be doing less. And I'm going to do more. And I have to push you to this. This is going to feel uncomfortable because right here in the middle, this is where you're going to fight me. This is where you're going to say, I don't want to ride. I fall, I mess up. Look, there's going to be ups and downs, but we're going to go through this on a weekly basis, on a bi-weekly basis. This is an ongoing conversation because what I want to make sure is that you climb and I can make myself less involved, because this right here is what's called delegation. This is what high performance is. This is where I can see that you're good at something. And if that thing that you need to be good at is something that I'm doing, then I need to make sure I do it less. However, let me clarify. If the things that I'm trying to coach you, I don't need to get out of it. In other words, I'm still going to be doing them, but I'm still going to be having you learn, then the journey is still the same. It's just that this downward, I'm not going to do because we both need to be involved. But by explaining it like this, it gives the person that you're talking to a sense of direction. So in what we're doing, the goal is to transfer leadership. Let's drive this a little more. In order to do this, you have to be okay with these different settings. You have to be okay being that leader, the one that says that I'm leading the charge. I want to show y'all how to do this. I want to mentor y'all. I'm going to be setting the pattern. Take my lead. You have to be okay talking the language of I'm in charge, but I'm not in charge to stay in charge. I'm in charge because I want to develop all of you. I want to develop you into learning how to be a better leader. So in order to do that, I have to show y'all how to do things. Then I'm going to mentor you and point you. I'm going to coach you. And then I'm going to mentor from behind where I'm assisting y'all. So you as the leader, you as the one that's developing others, you have to be okay with these different settings. And don't jump to the fourth stage so fast. You have to go through step one, step two. In other words, this is step one. This is step one. This is step two. This is step three. This is step four. If you skip steps because you said, well, here, I'm just going to show you. Now go ahead and go to this. No, they didn't see you do this. You didn't do it with me. Then here, you're not watching us do it. You're not helping us. And then here, you're not distancing yourself enough. So it's part of being able to transition that leadership. Let me show you to it in another way. It's kind of like wearing different hats. The hat on the left is the driver, and on the right-hand side, the blue is just the person that's informed. This is called DACI for a reason. Each hat has a title, DACI. The drivers of things, the assistant of things, those that contribute to things, and those that are simply informed. And what we want to do as leaders, we're good at driving and we're good at assisting. Our people may be good at contributing, and they certainly know how to stay informed because they don't contribute a whole lot. I just tell them and they listen. But I need them to move from blue to red to yellow to green. And the more that I can show them how to be drivers in their jobs, and then how to be drivers in the things that I need to delegate them to, because see, it's both. I may not be coaching you or mentoring you to delegate things to you, but I certainly am coaching you and developing you for you to how to be a driver in your area. So I got to show you how to understand that each position has its own DACI. So in a nutshell, the drivers are the quarterbacks. They manage, oversee everything. I'm in charge of such and such. I'm leading the pack in these areas. Or second of all, I'm an assistant to such and such. Third, I'm not a driver. I'm not an assistant, but I'm contributing And then I'm actually not, the blue one is, I'm not a driver, I'm not an assistant, I'm just being updated on what's going on. See, whether you know how to apply these things to every part of their job, it's really important for you to educate them on these hats. Because for every project, for every task, for every responsibility, everybody's wearing one of these hats. On these things, I'm really good at and I'm in charge. I know how to do this. I'm a driver. On this job, I have more of an assistant role, but I need a driver. I contribute is a different approach to what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's a matter of expertise. What you want to do in transferring of leadership is you want to make sure that well, you, the coach, the mentor, the supervisor, you're pretty good at all of these. What we want to do is we want to help them move from informed to contributing, and they contribute really well. Then they assist me, or they're becoming assistants in their own projects, in their own tasks, and then eventually they're driving their own really well. Ultimately, to develop somebody to high performance, you want to move them to a driver position in everything that they're supposed to be doing, and let them know that the more you go into being a driver of doing things well, I'm going to get out of the D hat, okay? And you're going to get out of informed. Why? Because I don't want you just watching and listening and being informed. I need you to be more of a driver, assistant, contributor, and eventually I'm going to get out of assistant and you're going to be fully in charge, so that the goal is for me to develop you. I have to be able to, me, the leader, your supervisor, I need to be able to watch and just simply be updated by you. Whereas you're driving everything, you're assisting others in things, and you're contributing to other people as well. And I need you very much engaged in everything you're supposed to do and wearing one of these hats so that you're fully engaged in what you're supposed to be doing. So it's good to communicate to them the little chart of the downward and upward transition, but also letting them see these hats so that they understand, okay, I see where you want me to go. I have direction. Give me your thoughts, comments, observations.
I like this. I like that it's visual and colorful. Keeps my brain is like, oh, bright colors. So I
yeah,
hope they would get like that.
So yeah, you could actually go down, get your org chart, grab each one of these people's names and ask yourself, okay, Henry, is Henry a good driver in all this tasks? No, he takes more of an assistant approach to things. Well, in things that he is working with somebody else, is he a good assistant? No, he tends to take over their stuff. Oh, he's not a good assistant. No, when it's not his role, he tends to take a role of being informed, but doesn't really contribute. You see what I'm saying? So you start talking this language and you start assessing Henry, you go, okay, you know what? I see the issue. He likes to contribute a lot, but he doesn't like to assist. You know what? I'm going to show him this. Okay, so it's a really good visual on knowing how to transition. Okay. Any other thoughts? Do y'all see how both the downward chart and the upward line, as well as this hat, is a good way to let them know what you're trying to do? I'm trying to transition leadership in your direction. Yeah.
Is that what we can possibly use to try to see what employees need to become what we're trying to mold them to be?
Yes.
Basically, like seeing what type of employee it is, to see what they actually need to help them retain information that we're trying to mentor.
Absolutely. You can use this as a very good assessment, right? DACI on the top, write their names on the left, and then just rate them. How good is Henry at being a driver? How good is Mary at being, and then you have an assessment and you share that with each one of them and say, look, you're good at this, you're less at this, and so you build a plan around them and tell them. Another way you can do it is what I just said was use it as an assessment to assess all of them at a high level. Now let's use this to assess just Henry. Okay, so now we should do Henry. Take the hats, write them all down. Okay, then on the left-hand side, you write down the 10, 12 things that you want to develop them on. And then you rate them and say, how are they good in each one of these areas? Are they good at driving here? No, yes. Are they good at driving here? No. Are they good at driving here? And then you use that again as a game plan just for that person. So this is intended for you to do a good assessment of what you view their strengths and weaknesses are in their driving of things and their performance of things, and then get them up to where you need them to. Correct. It's a game plan. It's a mechanism. This fits very well with your scorecards. We'll cover scorecards on the back end, but it fits right along the scorecard concept.
Hey, everybody, great job making it through this course. I look forward to hearing from you. Do not hesitate to contact me, contact one of the other coaches. Use the system to interact with us, to message us, and take advantage of the time that you have with us. Having said that, let's get moving to the next levels. Good luck, and again, honored to help you.